Assalamualaikum and very good morning. Welcome to our forum organized by College University Islam Perlis. We're gathered here today to witness a forum about an important topic, which is family law. Firstly, I would like to thank to everyone for being here today. Our honorable panels, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Our topic for today will be discussed by this well-known expert. Before the forum begins, let me introduce myself and our panels to you. My name is Norli Anissa binti Fauzi as a moderator. Our first panel, on my right side, Dr. Rohaya binti Ismail. She is the Vice Chancellor in Zilas University. Next to her, Datuk Sri Muhammad Faiz bin Kamarul Zaman. He is a lawyer from Elite Law Firm.
Hi, my name is Rohaya. You all can call me Dr. Rohaya. Thank you for inviting me today.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Faiz. I am a lawyer from an elite law firm. I'm fine and thank you, Ms. Moderator, for inviting me as one of the panel members today.
Okay, before I ask more about this topic to our panel, I would like to ask to our audience, who knows about family law? Don't worry if you don't know about family law, because that Dr. Rohaya and Datuk Sri Faiz will explain more about this topic. But firstly, I would like to ask Dr. Rohaya. Doctor, can you explain more about family law?
Thank you, Ms. Moderator. So, I heard just now that some of you didn't know about family contract. Don't worry, today I will share to you about what is family contract. Actually, we use this contract in our daily life, but we didn't realize or we didn't know that is actually a contract. The family contract is a contract between family members in settling the division of inherited property. There are many moral and legal bonds among family members. For example, a father can adopt property to his son. If the father has two children, the problem of division of property arises, and along with it, many legal obligations occur. The second example is a contract between a child and a parent. Every child has the legal right to seek protection, safety, financial support, clothing and other from their parents. These two examples is legally binding contract.
Thank you, Doctor, for the explanation. Okay, Doctor, how about the type of family law? How many type family law have? And can you explain to us about the type of family contract?
Sure, of course can. Thank you for asking a very good question for me, Miss Nolly. There are four types of family contract. The first one is family mission statement. According to Stephen Covey, the family mission statement is a combined expression of all your family members about what is your family is, what exactly you want to do, what exactly you want to be, and the principle you choose to organize your family life. A mission statement is like a description of an individual, company, and also family. The family mission statements includes your idea about the good life and explain your family purpose, goals, and also standard. The second type is the family business protocol. A family business protocol is an agreement that includes a set of rules and codes of conduct, to which all family members are subject to mutual agreement. It can also be said to be the constitution of a family. Next, the owner of the contract. A contract owner is someone who owns a contract and can use it as a tool to solidify business affairs. The last one is the family constitution. The family constitution is a written document agreed upon by a family members, who is also the owner for the business. This determines the relationship of family members with the business and with each other. The main purpose of the family constitution is to help create a shared vision for the family business and also create boundaries between family members in their different roles. Furthermore, a family constitution can enhance family harmony by setting rules for how a person acts in one capacity.
Wow, a very clear explanation from Dr. Rohaya. Thank you, Doctor. Now, we move to our second panel, Datuk Sri Muhammad Faiz bin Kamarul Zaman. Okay, Datuk. We all know that everything we do will have its own laws. So, can Datuk give some cases related to this family law?
Of course, thank you, Ms. Moderator. Okay, among the cases related to this family contract is the case of Balfour vs. Balfour in 1919. In this case, the plaintiff or the husband and the defendant is the wife are a married couple and they live together in Ceylon, which is the place where the defendant works. However, in 1915, while the defendant were on leave, they had returned to England. When it came time for the defendant to return to the Ceylon, the plaintiff was advised not to return due to her poor health condition. Therefore, before the defendant returned to Ceylon, he promised to send to the plaintiff €30 a month in support. However, soon the relation between the two sides deteriorated, and the two sides were living apart. Thus, the plaintiff had demand to enforce a promise from the defendants to pay her €30 a month, and the lower court had also found that the agreement between them was a contract. Moreover, the court is aware that certain forms of agreement will not achieve contractual status. This is because the agreement between husband and wife is often one form of agreement, and in the agreement the defendant has promised to give a sum of money on a monthly basis to the plaintiff. However, this agreement is not a contract because the parties do not mean that they should be attended to by legal consequence. Moreover, one of the reasons the court was hesitant to treat this agreement as a contract was because there were not enough courts to deal with the number of cases. So it can be concluded here that the defendant's promise to the plaintiff did not reach the contract level. In the second case, it is about Mr. and Mrs. Merritt who got married in 1941. However, in 1966, Mr. Merritt left his own family home with Mrs. Merritt just to live with another woman. Accordingly, Mr. Merritt has agreed to pay Mrs. Merritt €40 a month. Thereafter, at Mrs. Merritt's request, then Mr. Merritt has signed a document confirming that when Mrs. Merritt had paid the balance of the mortgage, then Mr. Merritt will move the marriage house in Mrs. Merritt's own name. After that, Mrs. Merritt had paid off the mortgage and had successfully obtained a declaration that the house was her. However, Mr. Merritt had argued that the agreement was a marital agreement between husband and wife, and that there was no intention to establish a legal relationship, hence no contract could be executed. Therefore, Mr. Merritt is also of the opinion that the contract admit is insufficient and unenforceable by the court, and that Mrs. Merritt has failed to give consideration to her promise. However, Mrs. Merritt also argued that they were in the process of separation and the presumption for no intention to establish legal relationship did not occur. Therefore, Mrs. Merritt also claimed that there was an intention to establish a legal relationship and that she had paid all expense on the home and settling the mortgage payment was in consideration. Therefore, the appeal for Mr. Merritt was unsuccessful. This is because when the parties are in the process of separating, the presumption for no intention to establish a legal relationship, it does not apply. Moreover, the agreement was also fairly certain to be enforceable, and the payment of the mortgage had been sufficiently considered for Mr. Merritt's promise. So, with that, Mrs. Merritt is entitled to her wedding home in full.
Wow, crystal clear, Datuk. Thank you, Datuk. Very clear explanation from both panel. Thank you, Datuk and Doctor. Okay, now we move to the next session, which is Q&A session. Okay, Datuk and Doctor. We got one question from the audience. The question is, when a contract between family members enforceable? I think maybe Datuk can answer this question.
Yes, for sure, the contract cannot be executed if the parties want to establish a legal relationship. The objective is to determine whether the contract was executed in good faith or not. In general, the assumption is that contracts between family members are not intended to establish a legitimate relationship unless the parties intend the relationship to establish a legal relationship. Then the contract will not be executed unless it is clear that the parties intend it to occur. There is also a general assumption that agreements between family members are not intended to confer legal rights or obligations. This assumption is based on life experience and human nature. The contract cannot be executed if the parties want to establish a legal relationship. Generally, a person's intention to enter into a legal relationship is not enough to make a contract enforceable.
Alhamdulillah, we are at the end of our forum for today. So, all of us already know what is family law, right? I hope we got to know a little bit new knowledge at least for today. Okay? And I also hope all of us can practice it in our daily life. Thank you Datuk and Doctor for spending your time with us, and also thank you everyone for coming and listen to our forum. That's all for today. Maybe we can see you guys in the next forum. Thank you.